What if I told you there's a fragrance sitting in my collection that's caused more double takes than any designer bottle? And what if I told you it costs less than your morning coffee habit? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jesse and I'm glad you clicked on this video. And today we're diving deep into 5 fragrances that'll completely change how you think about scent. We've got some serious surprises coming your way, including a fragrance that might just be cloning one of the most expensive bottles in the world. But first, let me tell you about last weekend. I was at my friend Marcus's place and he asked me what I was wearing. When I told him, his jaw literally dropped. Why? Well, you'll find out in just a minute. Now, before we jump in, I want to set the stage here. These aren't your typical fragrance reviews where I just list notes and call it a day. We're going deep today, talking about performance, versatility, value for money, and most importantly, how these fragrances make you feel when you wear them. Because let's be honest, fragrance is about emotion, it's about confidence, it's about the story you tell without saying a word. I've been testing each of these for weeks, wearing them in different situations, different weather conditions, getting feedback from friends, colleagues, even strangers. And trust me, some of the reactions I got were unexpected. Let's start with something that caught me completely off guard. Afnan Rare Reef. Now, I know what you're thinking. Another fresh fragrance? But hold on, because this one's different. Picture this. You're on a secluded island. The ocean breeze hits your face, and you catch a whiff of something incredible. That's exactly what Rare Reef delivers. It opens with this explosive blast of black currant and orange that's so juicy, it's almost edible. But here's what's crazy. That black currant isn't the typical tart note you'd expect. It's sweet, almost candy-like, but balanced perfectly with the citrus. Then comes the grapefruit and mint combo that literally cools your skin down. I'm talking about that tingling sensation you get when you step out of a hot shower into air conditioning. But here's where it gets really interesting. The perfumer behind this? Lucas. The same guy who created Reflection Man by Amouage. That's a $300 bottle, folks. And he's working with Afnan Rare Reef on a fragrance that costs under $50. Now, I mentioned earlier that this might be cloning something expensive. Well, the note breakdown is eerily similar to Louis Vuitton Pacific Chill. We're talking about a $400 bottle here. I can't say with 100% certainty until I do a side-by-side comparison, but the similarities are striking. The middle brings in apricot, basil, rose, and violet leaf. It's like walking through a Mediterranean garden after the rain. That apricot adds this peachy sweetness that pairs beautifully with the herbal quality of the basil. The base is where this fragrance really shows its sophistication. Fig, dates, amaretto, and amberwood create this warm, enveloping finish. The fig adds a milky, creamy texture. The dates bring in that Middle Eastern luxury feel. Performance-wise, this thing is a beast. I sprayed it at 8 a.m. on a Tuesday, and by lunch, people in the elevator were asking what I was wearing. Longevity? We're talking 8 to 10 hours easily, with moderate to strong projection for the first 4 hours. The versatility is incredible too. I've worn this to the office, on dates, to casual weekend hangouts. It works everywhere. If this is indeed a clone of Pacific Chill, you're looking at 90% of the experience for about 12% of the price. That's an insane value. Speaking of connections, let's talk about Versace Man Oud Extreme. This isn't just another flanker, it's Versace taking their original to what they call dangerous extremes. And honestly, they might not be wrong. The opening hits you with lemon, but it's not the same lemon from the original. They've paired it with orange blossom and pink pepper, creating this bright, almost addictive blast that grabs attention from across the room. Here's what's brilliant about this combination. That orange blossom note is everywhere right now. You'll find it in YSL Myself, in the new Gucci Guilty Love edition. It's become this secret weapon for creating instant appeal, and Versace knows exactly what they're doing here. But here's what makes this different. The pink pepper adds this subtle heat that creates complexity. It's not just sweet and floral, it's got edge. The heart brings clary sage, lavender, and geranium. The clary sage isn't your grandmother's potpourri. It's fresh, almost minty. The lavender is clean, without being soapy. And the geranium adds this rosy green quality that bridges the gap between the citrus opening and the woody base. The base of cedarwood, ambroxan, and musk creates this clean, modern dry down that works everywhere. The cedarwood isn't that pencil shaving cedar. This is smooth, creamy, almost vanilla-like. The ambroxan adds that modern synthetic warmth that projects beautifully. But here's what sets it apart from the original. They removed the starfruit. That was the polarizing note that some people loved and others couldn't stand. Without it, this becomes way more versatile. Performance is where this really shines. We're talking nuclear projection for the first 2 hours, then it settles into this perfect skin scent that lasts all day. I tested it on a 90-degree day and it held up beautifully. The versatility is probably its biggest strength. Office meetings, it projects confidence. Date night, it's approachable and attractive. Casual weekend, it elevates whatever you're wearing. And the price? Under $60 for a bottle that performs like fragrances twice the cost. When you compare it to something like Bleu de Chanel or Dior Sauvage, fragrances that cost $100 plus, this delivers similar quality at a fraction of the price. Now, if you thought regular Black Orchid was intense, Tom Ford just said, "Hold my champagne with Black Orchid Reserve." This is Tom Ford taking their signature scent and cranking everything up to 11. Let me start by saying this. Black Orchid Reserve is not for everyone. If you're looking for something subtle, something office appropriate, keep scrolling. This fragrance doesn't whisper. It declares, it announces, it commands attention from everyone in a 3-block radius. The note breakdown is deceptively simple. Black Orchid Accord, Ilang Ilang, and Roasted Tonka. But don't let that fool you. Sometimes the most powerful fragrances have the cleanest compositions. That Black Orchid Accord is the DNA of the entire Black Orchid line. It's dark, mysterious, slightly medicinal, and absolutely intoxicating. It's like if velvet had a smell. Rich, luxurious, enveloping. But that Roasted Tonka, that's the game changer here. It adds this sweet, almost caramelized depth that wasn't in the original. Imagine Black Orchid with a dessert-like quality that makes it even more addictive. Think creme brulee, think vanilla bean ice cream. Here's what happens when you spray this. The first 30 seconds are overwhelming. It's intense, it's rich, it's almost suffocating. But then something magical happens. It settles into your skin and suddenly you understand what all the fuss is about. Here's the thing about Black Orchid Reserve. This isn't for beginners. If you're new to niche fragrances, this might overwhelm you. But if you're someone who wants to make a statement, who wants people to remember you hours after you've left the room, this is your weapon. I wore this to a dinner party last month, and 3 different people asked me what I was wearing before I even sat down. Performance? We're talking about Tom Ford here. 2 sprays maximum, or you'll clear out entire rooms. This thing projects like a beast and lasts well into the next day. The price point? Well, this is Tom Ford private blend territory. We're talking 200 plus for a bottle. But here's the thing. A little goes such a long way that 1 bottle will last you years. And finally, we reach the crown jewel of today's lineup. YSL Myself Absolute. If you thought the original Myself was a compliment magnet, this version is about to rewrite the rulebook entirely. The opening is where the magic happens. Bergamot, ginger, and cardamom create this effervescent, almost sparkling effect on your skin. That bergamot isn't your typical Earl Grey tea bergamot. This is bright, zesty, almost electric. The ginger adds this subtle heat, not spicy heat, but warming heat, and the cardamom brings in this exotic, almost mysterious quality. Together, these 3 notes create what I can only describe as an olfactory smile. It's refreshing, it's energetic, and it demands attention from the first spray. But here's what's genius about this composition. They've kept that orange blossom heart that made the original so irresistible, but they've enhanced it with what they call a blooming essence created from flowers harvested in YSL's own gardens in Morocco. The orange blossom in Absolute is different from any other orange blossom I've smelled recently. It's fuller, richer, more 3-dimensional. It has this lifelike quality that makes you feel like you're walking through an orange grove in full bloom. The base maintains that patchouli foundation that runs through the entire Myself line. but it's been refined, smoothed out, and made more sophisticated. This isn't your hippie patchouli from the 70s. This is clean, modern, sexy patchouli. Here's what I love about the evolution. It tells a complete story. The opening is energetic and attention-grabbing. The heart is where the charm happens. It's approachable, attractive, and magnetic. And the base is where the seduction occurs. It's intimate, warm, memorable. This works everywhere. Business meetings, it projects confidence and sophistication. Date night, it's seductive without being overwhelming. Casual day out, it's approachable and friendly. I tested this extensively, wore it to the office, on dates, to casual hangouts, even to a wedding. Every single time I got compliments, not just from women, but from men too. Performance-wise, this might be the best of the Myself line. The opening grabs attention immediately. As it dries down, it creates this perfect, intimate scent bubble around you. Longevity is excellent. 8 to 10 hours easily, with good projection for the first 4 to 5 hours. It's strong enough to make an impression, but refined enough to wear in close quarters. The price point is reasonable for what you're getting, around $80 to $100. When you consider the quality, the performance, and the compliment factor, it's actually excellent value. Before we wrap up, I have to mention this wild card that completely surprised me. Zadig and Voltaire. This is him, Burning Love. 3 notes, orange, rum, and vanilla. That's it. And somehow, it works brilliantly. Now, when I first saw this note breakdown, I was skeptical. 3 notes in 2025, when everyone's cramming 15 different ingredients into their fragrances. But sometimes simplicity is genius. This is what I call a boozy creamsicle. Sweet, warm, and with just enough edge to keep it interesting. That orange isn't your typical citrus opening. It's rich, almost candied, like orange peel that's been soaked in sugar syrup. The rum adds this intoxicating warmth. Not boozy in a cheap way, but sophisticated, like a premium spiced rum. And the vanilla, it's creamy, comforting, almost edible. Here's what's interesting about the marketing. They're pitching this as a summer fragrance for passionate summer romance. But honestly, this screams cozy evening wear to me. This is hot chocolate by the fireplace, not beach volleyball in the sun. But you know what? Sometimes the best fragrances are the ones that defy their own marketing. I wore this on a 95-degree day just to test their claim. And while it worked, it was almost too rich, too enveloping for the heat. But on a cool autumn evening, pure magic. The performance is surprisingly good for the price point. We're talking about a $40 fragrance that performs like something twice the price. Moderate projection for the first few hours, then it settles into this beautiful skin scent that lasts 6 to 8 hours. And here's the thing about This Is Him. As a line, these are fragrances that fly completely under the radar, but get amazing reactions. Most people haven't heard of them, so when you wear one, you're not smelling like everyone else. The bottle design is polarizing. They describe it as having a tie-dye effect with vibrant blue and orange tones. Honestly, it looks like something you'd find at a music festival gift shop. But you know what? Sometimes the best fragrances come in the ugliest bottles. This is a fragrance for guys who want something different, something that stands out without breaking the bank. It's not sophisticated like the YSL. It's not versatile like the Versace, but it has character. It has personality. And sometimes that's exactly what you need. So, here's my ranking for today's lineup. And I want to explain not just the order, but why each fragrance earned its spot. 1. YSL Myself Absolute, the complete package. This takes the crown because it delivers on every level. Opening impact, heart appeal, base sophistication, versatility, performance, and value. It's the fragrance that works for 90% of situations and gets positive reactions from 90% of people. 2nd, Versace Man Oud Extreme. Best value for money, hands down. This punches way above its weight class. You're getting designer quality, excellent performance, and broad appeal at a price point that won't break the bank. 3. Afnan Rare Reef. The sleeper hit that nobody sees coming. This is for the guy who wants something unique, something that stands out from the crowd. The potential Louis Vuitton connection makes it even more intriguing. 4. Tom Ford Black Orchid Reserve. For special occasions when you want maximum impact. This isn't a daily driver, but when you need to make a statement, nothing else on this list comes close. 5. This is him. Burning Love. The affordable wildcard that punches above its weight. It's not going to win any sophistication awards, but it has character and gets reactions. But here's the thing, rankings are personal. What works for me might not work for you. The key is understanding what each fragrance brings to the table and choosing based on your lifestyle, your budget, and your personal style. If you're just starting your fragrance journey, grab the Versace. It's approachable, versatile, and affordable. If you want something unique that nobody else will be wearing, go for the Afnan Rare Reef. If you want guaranteed success and don't mind spending a bit more, the YSL is your answer. Here's my advice. Don't try to build a complete collection overnight. Start with one that speaks to you, wear it, understand it, and see how people react to it. Then add another that fills a different role in your wardrobe. And remember, confidence is the best accessory. The right fragrance can boost your confidence, but it can't replace it. Wear what makes you feel good, and that positive energy will be more attractive than any fragrance ever could be. What do you think? Which of these fragrances caught your attention? Drop a comment below and let me know which one you're adding to your collection. And if you've tried any of these, share your experience. I love hearing your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if this helped you discover your next signature scent. Subscribe for more fragrance breakdowns like this and ring that notification bell so you never miss when I drop new reviews. Until next time, smell and feel good. Stay fragrant.